Let's explore the peculiarity of the U.S. sugar market and production. According to WTO rules, the U.S. sugar program is considered trade distorting as it manipulates the market by installing three influences: price support, marketing controls, and import quotas. Price supports maintain a minimum domestic sugar price by providing non-recourse loans to U.S. sugar producers, hence setting a floor on the market prices. The borrowers must either pay back the loan or forfeit the collateralized sugar production to the government. The U.S. Department of Agriculture estimates the yearly sugar demand and establishes allotments to domestic producers. Any excess sugar cannot be sold called block stocks. A tariff rate quota sets a quantity of imports that may enter the low or zero duty. Imports above the TRQ are legal, but are subject to a tariff designed to be prohibitive, i.e. to make it uneconomical to import. This over-quota tariff on raw sugar is high enough to prevent any significant imports under normal market condition. Through a combination of tariffs and quotas, imports applied to the USA is less than it would be without restrictions. We see resulting the sugar world price and the US price. The gap can be explained by simple supply and demand models based on some input data. The input data we have is actually not too far off reality and provides an idea about US consumption, domestic production, and the imports under the tariff quota regime. Let's now look at the model. Let's see supply first. We know that when the US price per pound is 20 cents, US producers will supply approximately 17 billions of pounds, giving us point A. Below a price of 12 cents, there won't be any domestic supply. We know that at a US pound price of 20 cents, demand is 20 billion pounds, so the US demand curve goes through point B. The tariff quota limits US imports to 3 billion pounds, giving us a second supply curve of US production plus the imports, arriving at a total quantity of 20 billion pounds at the set US price of 20 cents. Obviously, the USA protects their domestic sugar production, but at what cost? We will see that right away. Given free trade, the equilibrium price would fall to 10 cents per pound and domestic demand rises to 25 billion pounds at point B. In the short run, there won't be any domestic supply to meet the demand since the US producers still want to supply at 20 cents, leaving the USA with importing the total demand. Clearly, US consumers will benefit the most from that. Let's now look at the effects of the tariff quota from the producer's standpoint. The US price for sugar is again 20 cents instead of the market price of 10 cents per pound. While the US still imports the same quantity, the consumer surplus will decrease considerably, creating a loss of consumer surplus for US sugar consumers. There are two groups, however, of beneficiaries of this program. If there were free trade, with a price of 10 cents, the quantity supply would have been zero, but with the program, the price of sugar is 20 cents, enabling producers to again earn a surplus. The second winners here are those who allocated the import quota in the first place. Importers can buy sugar at a world price and sell it in the USA. They get to import 3 billion pounds and so earn a profit of 300 million a year. We could see that at some point of the lost consumer surplus was transformed into a surplus for producers and a benefit for quota owners. However, the additional loss, not assignable to any group, is called deadweight loss. Finally, calculating the financial outcome from the input data, we can see the following: a loss in consumer surplus and the deadweight loss, profits for quota owners, and the gain in producer surplus. But that altogether can't avoid piling up a total loss to the USA of $2.2 billion. Clearly, the program must be evaluated in conjunction to benefits of job protection measures, national security, and whatnot. But one can actually see that it's very, very expensive.